On the third day from Christmas, Babushka sent for me a barley wine to fill my belly. Courtesy of Half Pints. Welcome back to Brew Review Winnipeg. We got a very special treat for you today. Half Pints Brewing. They've done, I've had this barley wine before, but I mean, this is the 2021 batch edition. I am so excited. If you don't know it, sorry, barley wine. No, it is barley wine. Why is it barley wine? Because it's a nice strong beer to put some hair on your chest. Sure to make any man who's not very burly a little bit more burly. Let's just leave it at that. So I'm really excited to give this bad boy a go. What makes a barley wine? High malt, higher hops most of the time, but it's very classical English style, malty, kind of toffee-y, caramel-y, darker type beer. It's not actually a wine, it's a beer, but it's a stronger, higher alcohol, higher hops beer. Yeah, I'm excited to give this bad boy a go. Let's give this bad boy a pour. Take that. A little much on the head, but yeah, looks, you know what, looks really tasty. It smells real. You know how when you're making like a root beer float or something and you put the ice cream in and then the root beer just kind of fizzes up? That's what this reminds me of right now. Smells really good, smells, yeah, kind of nutty, kind of caramelly. Smells good, sweet, obviously. But enough of that. Let's give this bad boy a go. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's so good. It is so sweet and so like nutty toffee like. So in some of my previous professions or some of my previous jobs, we would make English sticky toffee pudding a lot for events and for banquets and stuff. And this reminds me of that quite a bit. So how we would make it is we'd have like a fairly molassesy cake type thing. We'd bake it off, but then before we would serve it, we would heat up some caramel. Usually it's got a little bit of, you know, Irish whiskey in it. So we'd heat that up and then we'd pour it over our essentially hotel pan or chafing dish of sticky toffee pudding. Then we would serve that on a buffet or something. So super sweet, but because you have that molasses in there, it's just got that kind of astringent, dark bitterness to it. And you know, that's what I'm getting here. Just you know, high malt, high caramel, sugar type dealy going on. I should say this bad boy is a 9.5% alcohol, 10.5% alcohol, 75 IBUs, but you know what? I can't even tell this is 75 IBUs. So if you don't know what IBUs are, that is essentially the scale for how hoppy a beer is. Lagers are typically pretty low IBU, pale ales are a little bit higher, and then India pale ales are like way up here. Yeah, so that's like kind of the bitterness that you experience after you drink beer. That's an IBU. The higher the IBU, the more bitter it is. I think it technically goes up to like 150 IBU, but I mean anything above, say like a 50 or a 60 is considered fairly hoppy. I'll say that. So a 75 IBU, they're not pulling any punches here, but because there's so much malt and so much sugar in this, you know what? It's tamed down and you don't really notice it all that much. You know, just because there's so much sugar, you know, it's good. It's really good. Oh yeah, I like that. Welcome back. What I got going on here, barley wine. It's good. It's a good beer. It's a solid beer. After drinking a little bit more, I will say there is quite a bit of molassesy-ness in there, and I like molasses in certain things. This is just a little bit too much for me. Overall, I still give this bad boy 7.5. It's still really solid. Pick it up if you like kind of tart, dark type things. Flavors, at least. Yeah, this is a really good beer, especially for this time of year. At the time of filming, it just dropped down from yesterday being like +3, +4 to now it's -14, -17, something like that. Yeah, barley wine from Half Pints. Pick it up if you like barley wine, if you like stronger beers. Yeah, till next time, Winnipeg, brew on.